In this video, we're going to discuss how to add a title and text box and hyperlink to your slides. The first example will be if you've chosen a pre-designed background. On the first slide, they are anticipating that you're going to put a title in your name, which is correct. So I'm going to put George Washington, and then you're going to type your name. Now, if you would like this to be bigger, remember that on the Home tab, there is this little increase font size button, so you don't have to guess at the numbers you should be typing in. And then when you've gotten it too large, you can tell, and you could either come here and resize your box, but see, it'd be hard to resize the other box, although I know you can. Or you can just go and say, okay, that was too large, and make it small again. And never forget, you always have the undo button, so that if you don't know how you got in the mess you're in, you can just undo it. Now, the next slide, to get a new one, you'll hit New Slide. It's going to be formatted differently. You can still use this to add your title, but I would strongly recommend deleting this box. I've found people have trouble being able to put what they want in this box. So once you're at this point, you can just add a text box, and it will already have the font there for you. You of course are free to change it by highlighting it. You have to get in there first. There you go. Whoops. Go into Home, and you can change the font here, the size here. There are several quick styles that you can choose if you wanted to change it up. Feel free to play around. Just remember, you're going to stay very conservative with this. The next example will be if you chose just to have the plain background. This, you would type your title, you would type your name. Just as before, you can go to Home and change the size. Now, you might want to make this smaller for some reason. I do want you to realize that if you start playing with the text boxes or any other graphic, and somehow you found that they're no longer aligned, once you have one box highlighted, you can hold your Shift key down and you could highlight the other box, as many boxes as you needed to. Then you're going to go to Arrange and Align, and you're going to align center, and it will center the two things that you have highlighted. Now we're going to add a new slide. You would type your title, and you would type in your text. Well, actually, we would delete this box because we don't like this box. Now, here's a Google search I did on George Washington. I put the years I was interested in. And I'm going to pick this link, BritishBattles.com. Now, there's a lot of information here. You can go up here to this search option and say Find on this page, and tell it that you want to find all the words that say Washington. Here's one down here at the bottom, but that won't do us any good, so I'm going to go to Next, Next. That tells us that he found this particularly galling, but that's not of interest. Let's see. This says that the American Congressional Army was commanded by George Washington. That would be a fact that would be good. I'm going to get a text box. For time's sake, I'm going to copy and paste this, although in general I wouldn't want you to do that. This particular example would be okay. I'm going to paste that. Now, we're going to footnote our source. So I want you to type the number 1. You're going to highlight it. You are going to make it a subscript. Right here, subscript. See, it made it little. Now I'm going to right click and I'm going to say hyperlink. It says text to display 1. That's all I want it to show. But I want my teacher to be able to tell where I found this information. So I'm going to copy the hyperlink and I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to hit OK. And now that created a hyperlink so that my teacher can click on that during the presentation and she can see where I got that information. You would also want to make these bullet points. That is right here. And that way when you do your next fact, it would also be bullet pointed. And you have different choices. That's enough for this video. Good luck.